Hey you guys, I just wanted to do a quick PowerPoint so you can see how you can give yourself an instant pay raise without getting your employer involved, without getting permissions to do so, without trying to find another job, or without trying to hold on to two or more jobs. So I titled this, Give Yourself an Instant Pay Raise so you can put your money to work. Now, when we all get a new job, we're all required to fill out paperwork. Well, one of those paperwork is called the W-4 form, your tax withholdings. The form is actually shown on the far right, and on this particular form, you write your allowances that you're going to claim. Now, allowances does not mean dependents, and allowances does not mean exemption. They all have different meanings between the three words. Dependent is a person who relies on someone else for support. Also, an individual whom a taxpayer can claim for credits and or exemptions. For exemptions, there are claims on another form, the 1040 form. It reduces your taxable income, and exemption is pretty much you, your spouse if you have one, and qualifying dependents. Now for allowances, this would be on the W-4 worksheet. Allowances is simply a number that gets plugged into a formula to determine the taxes of your wages to be withheld for taxes. For example, if you claim 2 allowances, a certain amount of your wage will be withheld for tax. If you later file a revised W-4 because you can make adjustments, lowering your allowances to 1, much more will be withheld from your paycheck, and that will decrease your take-home pay. So the more allowances that you're able to claim, the less will be taken out. Now, if you don't make enough allowances, more is going to be taken out. What people also don't know is that this form is causing a lot of them to overpay their taxes big time. So if they receive a refund, it's pretty much just letting them know that they withheld too much. It was shown on the 2005 worksheet from the IRS website. More than 101 million taxpayers got refund. That's 80%. The average refund was 2,126. Now, this was 2005. If you check the numbers for this year, for 2017, the number is a lot higher. It also states, where does your refund come from? It comes from your wallet or purse. When you tell your employer how much to withhold from your paycheck or to make an estimated tax payment. For the average refund, that's about $40 a week, too much. You might be using the extra withholding as a forced saving method, but Uncle Sam doesn't pay interest on refund except in special circumstances. Putting the money in any type of savings account or paying down debt might be a better option. It also states, and you can find more information on the IRS publication 919, bring the tax you pay closer to the tax you owe. Now, all of this was on the 2005 worksheet, but like I say, it's 2017, so numbers are a lot different. But pretty much the numbers went higher, so they're still overpaying. Now, what's the purpose of the W-4 worksheet? You want to complete this worksheet so that your employer can withhold the correct federal income tax from your pay. Not state, but we're talking about federal. Consider completing the Form W-4 each year and when your personal or financial situation changes. So that's why a lot of people do overpay, because they don't revisit this. But it's perfectly legal to go back to this form and make adjustment, because like it states, when your personal or financial situation changes. I didn't say that, the form did. Now here's a perfect example if you're aware of escrow. I was also reading a book, so I took this example so you could see the picture. If you ever own a home, you probably understand the term escrow. It means that with each month's house payment, the mortgage company is collecting, in addition to principal and interest, 1/12 of your annual property taxes. That way, when the tax bill arrives, your mortgage company has the money to pay it for you. Assuming your property tax amount does not change mid-year, when your bill comes in, the mortgage company will have in your escrow account exactly the amount needed to pay it off. So withholding is pretty much the same thing. Withholding taxes work exactly the same way. The number of allowance you put on your W-4 is related to how much you expect to owe in income taxes during the course of the year. So what's the objective? Say the objective is to make the amount of money withheld from your paycheck come out to almost exactly what your annual tax obligations will be. So let's see an example. Say you pay $12,000 in income tax this year, or you expect to pay. If you get paid once a month, you're going to want your employer to withhold $1,000 from each of your 12 monthly paychecks. So you're pretty much dividing that. 12,000 by 12 is 1,000. If you get paid twice a month, pretty much bi-weekly checks, you want your employer to withhold $500 out of each of your 24 paychecks. So, is receiving a refund a good thing? Well, I believe this is actually 2017. The average refund is around $2,800. Most people would be excited to get a $2,800 tax refund. However, what that really means is that an extra $233 cash could have been in your own pocket every single month all year long, but instead you sent it to the government as an interest-free loan to them. So instead of sending them so much, you can be using it throughout the month and still not owe taxes at the end of the year or receive a refund. But it will, of course, be different if you have a business. But you don't need to overpay. You can receive this throughout the year, so you can gain interest, so you can put into some type of savings or investment account and gain the interest off of that, or start paying some debt out. So if you're giving them too much money, of course you're going to be forced to borrow the extra because you're withholding too much and they're pretty much putting it under their name as far as the IRS. This is also for the people who pretty much claiming more than 10 allowances. A lot of people be scared because they feel like they're going to be reported or they're going to get audited. But it states in the publication 15, more than 10 allowances may be claimed because of the special withholding allowance, additional allowances for deductions and credit, and the system itself. You can find more information on this on the publication 15, IRS website. All of this is perfectly legal. So what is it that we teach? We teach income shifting. So while we notice that 80% are overpaying, and I'm sure the numbers are a lot different because that was stated in 2005, we're helping you get your money back because, like I say, it's your money. You don't need to overpay this. So we help you legally get your money back so you can put it to work. What did I mean? Put into some type of investment account where it's going to grow over time. Get your money to pay off all these bills. That's pretty much causing you to be in this financial bind, this financial bondage. You don't need to give them so much because when it gets to that point where you put in one number, then you put another number and expect to be even, you're pretty much either under withholding or over withholding. You do not want to have this big tax bill, nor do you want to receive this big old refund that is pretty much your money because they don't give you that interest. They're just giving you that leftover. So you can be intelligent enough to learn how you can get your money legally throughout the year, every month, on every paycheck, and you can knock out these fees that it's pretty much causing you to do all these late payments, or you can fix your credit and you can pay off these revolving debts and start building or getting that money coming back so you can build an emergency fund and you can put your money into some type of investment. There's just smarter ways. So the whole thing with income shifting is not just stopping at this W-4, but we're letting you know you can get your seed money so you can put it to work. You can be a lot more smarter into pretty much just doing anything but having the IRS putting it under their name and investing it under their name. It's not under your name. It's under their name. Or not tax strategy, but this wealth strategy that we're pretty much teaching all our associates. And it starts with this W-4. Why? Because a lot of us have jobs and a lot of us don't know how to fill out this form. So this is where it starts, but this is not where it ends. Why? Because you're going to put your money to work.